A lot of these green flags, you're not going to see them until.
And I feel like it's a huge green flag when you both could put your phone down.
Don't be fooled by first day job interview her. Give these things time. You're going to be building foundation on fucking quicksand.
A woman who doesn't need money from you.
It's only a matter of time before they're talking to you like that. A lot of these green flags, you're not going to see them until, or you're not going to know the truth of the person until you've been with them for a long time. Because I done been on 50 job interviews and I've never showed up in sweats. Please believe that if the job is janky enough, eventually I'm not going to be in a suit on my best behavior. As time goes on, people show their true selves. And I think dating is job interviews. So don't be fooled by first day job interview her. Give these things time and you'll see if these green flags that you've seen early start eroding and they eventually become themselves.
There's something to be said about a person who's nice to their own family. It's easy to feel like they're going to be nice to you as well, right? Like I done met a lot of women that I know and I've seen firsthand that just like are very dismissive to their parents, tell them to shut up. Like I've seen some crazy things, and in my mind I'm like, bro, I would never tell my mom to shut up. Like that's a curse word to me when it comes to my mom. Like if you're comfortable enough to tell your mom to shut up, like what are you gonna tell me when you're upset?
That's a salvaje. That's a savage. Anybody that could talk crazy to their parents is a savage. It's only a matter of time before they're talking to you like that. You can tell someone's truest character when you see how they treat people who can't do anything for them, how they treat people who have to love them unconditionally. So I find a pattern between women who treat their siblings or their parents like shit because they know their love is unconditional. Their mom is going to love them no matter what. That is a savage. That is a person you need to get the fuck away from ASAP, because it's only a matter of time after they've convinced you by being their job interview selves for a year that they're the perfect person. See what's happening? We're going to red flags. We're trying to keep it positive. Okay. I got one, Rich, that I think is in line with all of these that's really important to me. You've known me for a long time, bro. I am the dreamer of all dreamers. I like to live in my fucking mind and believe there are things that I can achieve that most people around me think I'm being crazy. I think you have to partner yourself with someone that has a positive outlook on the world. You have to position yourself with people, not just a woman. A green flag of anybody around you is that they're not going to be delusional, but they're definitely going to believe that life is not grim and it's this sad place. And every time you get in the car, she's like, oh my God, everything, she's just pesada. The whole world is on top of her. I can't find myself to live with a negative person or grow a family with a negative person, let alone be on a few dates with a negative person. I like people who are upbeat, got a positive outlook on the world, and I find that to be a positive trait in anybody I'm around. So definitely a green flag, someone with a positive outlook on life.
One that's kind of like a step deeper from the healthy family ties, I feel, is if you're having a conversation with a woman and she starts talking to you, inquiring about your family and your grandparents, that just shows that she's trying to understand you and where you come from at a deeper level. And that to me, bro, is a huge green flag because you could tell she's invested. She's in it for the long term. She wants to know everything from step zero to present day. It's such an intimate thing for a woman to want to know more and understand your background, understand your heritage, your lineage, where you come from, how your parents migrated to this country, how they defied the odds. Like, I think most people present themselves very surface level. And when you have a woman who's inquiring deeper than surface level, that just shows an interest that's undeniable.
A green flag when you're dating is you don't just want to be with somebody that's only interested in themselves. They're not glued to the internet or social media or their friend circle in a way that's alarming to you. That everything that they communicate is connected to this world is basically bullshit. It's just cap. They're online all day. They're constantly seeing how celebrities live. They're constantly seeing how their friends live, how they're displaying themselves online. And somehow all your conversations with her revolve around all these things that you're not a part of, but she sees herself doing because of where the world is going, where social media is going, where celebrities are going. That is a person that is disconnected from reality. So I would position this green flag as find yourself with their own life goals, their own worldview, someone who's connected to reality. They're not always comparing and competing with friends and family and the internet. That's important. I'm not sure if you've ever experienced anything like that, Rich.
Yeah, I mean that goes back to like you dating women and they're just constantly on their phone and they're checking their DMs and they're checking Snapchat and they're checking the latest and it's just like, bro, are you hello? Like I'm here. Are you present? Are you engaged in this date? Do you want to know more about me? That happens more often than not, and I feel like it's a huge green flag when you both could put your phone down for an hour and a half dinner, have natural conversation and chemistry, and just start to build the foundations of like a cool, new relationship.
That one's a tough one. I could see our community getting a little lost with that one. So the way I would frame that green flag is just find someone who's connected to reality. Does that feel helpful?
Yeah, I mean that coupled with being present, right? Because you need to be present to be connected with reality. Like your whole life is not on your phone or is not with the latest gossip or the latest TV show. It's just like be present, and I think that speaks to like the reality.
I was definitely dating a woman that I would think one of every three conversations we had were some of the dumbest, most discouraging conversations. And a lot of them would lead off with her DMing me something she's seen like on Shade Room. And it'll be like, a man should pay for the first date for the first 10 meals before a woman has to pay. Just dumb shit. Things that are just derivative, lowest common denominator. Like, oh, what kind of bag would be the first bag you would get a girl? Would it be this bag or that bag? And I'm thinking to myself when this girl is sending me this shit. By the way, on Instagram and TikTok, you can send a DM to 30 people. So she's probably just fishing lines, sending out the same DM, seeing what fool is going to respond and be like, I would be the person to do this. I would take you to Paris because I think that's a good first date. Don't be fooled by these girls that are connected to the internet because they're connected to a false reality. Here I go, going negative again. So if you
I
want,
was about to say
I was about to say,
we're
so if you,
drifting, we're
we're
drifting.
bro, because a lot of these green flags are rooted in experience with women that are living in fucking la la land. They're not connected to reality. And I would say this because I think it's crucial to anybody that's listening to this episode this far into the episode. It may not seem worth it when you're on date number 15 and you're like you said, Rich, you're expanding your horizons, you're meeting women from different cities, different areas, different countries, different cultures, maybe a little bit of different age gap, and you're not limiting yourself to the thing that you are most comfortable with. What happens is by date 16, it's almost like job interviews. We talked about it before. You start learning what you don't like and what you don't want. And you start zeroing in like, oh, I do find this trait about women very admirable, something very positive. And that's what this episode is. It's green flags, things that Rich and I had noticed from dating in our past and just kind of zeroing in on. Go a little negative. I'm really just trying to point you to the positive. Any girl that's overindulged on social media and life comparisons and she's not connected to reality, I'm not saying that's a bad person. You just might be meeting her at a different time in her life. All I'm saying is it's not going to benefit you at the end of the day because you're going to be building foundation on fucking quicksand. And who wants to build foundation on something like that? So definitely find you a girl that's rooted in reality and is not constantly comparing themselves to everybody else. Rich, I do want to go through a quick recap of where we're at so far, and then you could give the next green flag. Women who brings you a peace of mind, and she's also mentally stable. That was number one. Number two, find you a nurturing woman, a woman that's warm and courteous. How they take care of you when they're sick, how they treat your son, how do they treat him when he's sick, how do they treat him when he's having a bad day. Pay attention to these things. How do they fucking treat animals when you bring her to the zoo? Is she detached from other animals? This is a savage if she isn't.
Yeah.
How does she treat her own family? We talked about that. You know, like how does she treat her mother? How does she treat her siblings? Does she have a positive outlook on life? Or is she a negative person? Positive people tend to be good people to be around, not just when it's dating. Is she interested in your life? Does she ask you questions? Is she not only talking about herself when y'all go on a date? Is she someone connected to reality? Those are our list of green flags so far, Rich. What do you got?
Yeah, I want to add financially responsible and knows how to manage her own money.
You know that was on my list, but I didn't get to it because I knew you would. I knew you would.
I mean, you know I would. So let me frame it this way because I don't want to get this. I don't want this to be confusing for our listeners. I'm not saying that you should find a woman who has it all put together financially. There's something to be said about a woman who doesn't need money from you and knows and has is very career driven, has her own money, has a savings, is financially responsible. She's not trying to have a Louis V Birkin bag every quarter, right? Or following the latest trends and just blowing all her money on fashion. There's something to be said about you going on a date with a woman and you paying for 9 out of the 10 meals, and there be that one moment where she's like, nah, babe, you've paid for a few meals. Like, I got this one.
Yeah, bro. At least tap your fucking pockets, even if you're not gonna pay for it. At least make it seem like
At
you're
least
looking
pump
for it.
fake. Yeah,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
do the
Like,
pump
oh,
fake.
oh, oh, I left it in my other bag. But you don't have Cash App?